legend. A monster claiming he is the victim of unnecessary brutality at the hands of a man who many claim a hero. Who is the victim here? Who is the real monster? You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judy. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge Judy.
Would both parties in the case of the assault and battery charge of Grendel versus Beowulf please come forward? Will the court please rise for the Honorable Judge Judy Scheinman?
From the beginning, just so we are clear, I want you both to understand that I think this case is ludicrous and a waste of both of your time, since Mr. Grendel has filed all of his paperwork, and the network seems to think that this will even everything out, bring us up some. We're going to see this through. If either party thinks for even 1 minute that they have strolled in fresh out of legend, and this just gives them some sort of right to have free reign in my courtroom, be forewarned, because I will hold that party or parties in question in contempt of court, and I am making myself clear. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Great. Mr. Beowulf, you are what many people would call something of a hero. So tell me, do you believe that Mr. Grendel here has any real case in accusing you of assault and battery in this courtroom today?
No, Your Honor, he does not. Your Honor, this thing is no mister, no sir, it is a monster. A monster that, may I remind you, I was asked to come in and remove. Now I would even be called to call this completely stupid. Do you even know who I am? Because I'm kind of a big deal. I mean, I'm freaking woo!
So, I don't give a rat's ass who you think you are, but you will respect this courtroom. Right now. Mr. Grendel, you claim that the defendant is guilty of assaulting you violently.
Yes, Your Honor. This is the exact nature of my grievance with Mr. Beowulf, and why I am seeking a restraining order and monetary compensation here in this esteemed courtroom today.
Okay. You claim that the defendant, and I quote, violently and viciously tore the arm out of your socket after you had gone to discuss a complaint with your neighbor, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. For some time now, I've been quite unhappy with my neighbor. The noise he and his guests raised while celebrating at their community center.
It's called a mead hall. And by unhappy, you mean coming every night to murder anyone you find there inside. You suck dog drilling ugly.
As I was saying, upon my arrival, I was assaulted by Mr. Beowulf, who proceeded to accost me violently. And when I tried to leave, used his quite prodigious strength to tear the arm from my socket.
Mr. Grendel, looking at you, it would appear that you have 2 arms now, however, and is the court to assume that the shriveled thing resting under the table over there that is slowly staining our carpets is the severed limb that is in question?
The limb that you see there is indeed the very one that was torn from my body. This is a prosthetic that I was forced to procure at my great personal expense to myself, thanks to the senseless violence that was perpetrated against my person. Your Honor, if I may continue.
Objection, Your Honor.
You have no objections in this courtroom today. I am the only person allowed to make objections, and the only objectable thing is this continued farce of a trial. If either of you interrupts the other again, I will award the case to the non-offending party and see this horrible joke on the part of justice ended. Network ratings be damned. The defendant has presented evidence that his arm was indeed severed. Do you deny tearing the limb from its socket?
No, Your Honor.
You do not dispute the claim that you tore the limb from the socket, so the fact that you perpetrated violence on the plaintiff is no longer a matter of dispute. Why did you tear the plaintiff's arm off?
Your Honor, he is a monster. I have witnesses to protect the fact that Grendel was no more coming over to complain rationally than fish would do. Walk to your front door and knock asking for a cup of sugar. Furthermore, I have witnesses to many acts of unprovoked murder, theft, and other heinous crimes that the property owner called me in to stop in the first place. I am a hero, damn it! I am Beowulf, the greatest warrior that history is likely to be graced by. I'm going to be king someday, you know.
Hero? You? You're an arrogant windbag whose only claim to anything is how much muscle you can throw around. You boneheaded, self-centered.
Enough! Since the plaintiff has refused to respect the court, I rule in favor of the defendant. The court is dismissed, and good riddance.
What?
You all.
You can't do that! That's not fair!
Bailiff, remove the plaintiff at once from the courtroom.
Mommy!
What are you doing to my child? You're messing with the wrong child.
Next time
on
Judge Judy.
You guys want to line up and take a bow while I'm recording? Closer in, closer in, closer in, closer. All right. Very good.
It was protected.